Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Artsy Autismmom's Chronicle vlog. Today, we are going to be talking about what I like to call the dark side of autism. We're going to be talking about autistic meltdowns and ways to deal with them. But before I get into that, here's the intro, and I'll be right back. A meltdown is defined as an intense reaction to sensory overwhelm. When a child, and sometimes even in adulthood with autism, is overwhelmed, he or she may not know any other way to express it other than with a meltdown. This might involve emotional, verbal outbursts such as screaming and crying, or physical reactions like kicking, biting, or hitting. Although they may look similar, meltdowns are different from temper tantrums. A temper tantrum is usually a child's method of getting what he or she wants. A meltdown, however, has no purpose and is beyond a child's control. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using it interchangeably between children and adults because adults on the autism spectrum who are not considered high functioning have similar types of meltdown. And in an adult situation, it is even more critical to find a way to deal with them. Autistic meltdown symptoms may start with pre-meltdown signs called rumblings, which can be verbal or physical behaviors that signal an imminent meltdown. Be preceded with stimming. Be caused by overstimulation or an undesirable sensory input. Not be limited to young children. Can also happen in teens and adults. Happen with or without an audience. Last longer than tantrums. Adults with autism often experience meltdowns. Meltdowns are different than temper tantrums and most often are linked to sensory processing and emotional regulation issues. Having strategies in place ahead of time can help adults with autism deal with their meltdowns when they arise. And letting go of shame and accepting that meltdowns can be part of autism can also help autistic adults better navigate them. Here are some strategies to help autistic adults better cope with meltdowns. Number 1, identify the triggers. Start to consider emotional regulation as a timeline. Autistic adults are advised to develop strategies to notice when they're on that timeline in order to get a sense of how easily triggered they might be in a particular moment. They should also pay attention to their moods as well as notice how tired or stressed they already are. Number 2, get the right support. No one likes losing control. If our actions have affected someone else, we're probably going to feel bad about that. However, it is important for autistic adults to explain to those close to them, if they are able to, what is happening when a meltdown occurs to ensure they're supportive and understanding. Number 3, let go of the shame. The shame that follows a meltdown can be devastating. Getting over the meltdown is sometimes worse than actually having it. Having meltdowns is, for many, part of having autism. And although someone may make an effort to avoid triggers and manage their emotional regulation, they also have to recognize that it's not their fault that a relatively slight upset or simply being in a place where their senses are overloaded can lead to a meltdown. Number 4, deal with the come down. Meltdowns are exhausting and troubling. Some people deal with them best by simply being alone. Adults with autism benefit from recognizing in advance what makes it easiest for them to recover from a meltdown and have a strategy in place for the next time they have one. Number 5, having coping strategies in place. Sometimes it is not possible to avoid being in situations that are potentially going to trigger a meltdown. Perhaps someone has to deal with a barrage of emails or be in a busy city center, even though they are already feeling burnt out. Instead of continuing to push themselves and hope for the best, it's important to have strategies on hand for coping with sensory overload or emotional overwhelm. Having a plan in place isn't going to stop the meltdowns, but it can help mitigate the fallout and help autistic adults and others normalize those meltdowns that are part of their autistic experience. People on the spectrum may have trouble recognizing their own emotions, or they may feel emotions more intensely. Social challenges, sensory sensitivities, and difficulties with change all may increase frustrations and stress levels. It is up to those of us around them as their village and support to help them to navigate through these meltdowns and through life with the stress overloads. I hope that this information in regards to autistic meltdowns and how to deal with them in adults has been interesting and helpful to you guys. I will leave additional information in regards to this topic down in the description of this video. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this topic. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my other social media. And until the next video, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. Until then, I'm out, you guys. Bye. And don't forget to light it up blue.